What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got another lovely new card from that special collection that we need to have a little bit of a look at. And I'm going to be honest with you, as a player who predominantly plays green, this new one, it's got me pretty gosh darned excited. It's a new Lilymon! Translations here from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming, as well as the lovely folks over at TCG Review. Two of my favourite places to look at Digimon stuff. So we've got a level 5 here, we've got a 6 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power. Now, usually this is a point in the video where I'd go, sounds about right. That's about what we would expect. That sounds about normal. The problem is we're talking about green cards here. And one of the things that green cards do so much better than other types, other colours, is evolving cheaply. So we've got a bunch of 2-cost to Digivolve here. There really are a bunch of them, including the Lilymon from BT1. That when you attack, you get to rest a Digimon without blocker. It's a card which I've put in a bunch of decks. It's frankly a very good card. Getting less good as more sets get released, but certainly in the Booster 1.0 format, that was a monster card. I loved it. And there are a bunch that can Digivolve for a 2-cost. But then we've got stuff like Blossomon, which hasn't been restricted to 1 copy in your deck, and Argamon that has. And those are cards that are 3 cost to Digivolve, but they've got Digisorption -3, which means that you can rest one of your other Digimon, and then you can Digivolve for nothing. So we can get into our level 5 without actually having to pay for it, which is clearly a huge advantage. And then, of course, we've got other good level 5s. One we're going to mention again as we go through in a moment is the Lilymon. It's not quite Lilymon, but let's face it, not a million miles away. That's got that lovely Digiburst 2 to suspend a Digimon. So, straight off the bat, there's going to have to be something about this Lilymon here. There's going to have to be something fairly impressive, because otherwise, we've got other level 5s, some of which are faster, some of which have really good skills. However, we do have a skill here, and it's a good skill. According to our lovely translatory people, on your turn, limited to once during your turn, when your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gains security attack +1 until the end of this turn. Okay. Now we're rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're rolling. Because I showed you about the Lilymon a moment ago, but you see that particular Lilymon let you suspend a Digimon. This gives you an extra security attack. So it's a different kind of skill. I'm not necessarily saying it's a billion times better, but I am saying that it is a different skill that can fit into different styles of decks and give you different options. And that's what we want as deck builders. We want the opportunity to do a variety of different things, and that's very, very cool. And for me, the first question I had at this stage was, alright, well, what about security attack +1? What green cards have we got that can do that for us? And the fact of the matter is, this isn't red. We really don't have much here. The thing that makes this special is that green Digimon don't boost their security attack. If we were over in red, I really wouldn't be particularly excited about this, because first of all, it's only when you rest a Digimon, so it's not like it's a guaranteed thing that you're always going to have. And secondly, if you want extra security attack in red, there are so many ways to do it. Taikamiya can give your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution sources security attack +1. Okay, fine, we're talking level 6s, but remember, what we're talking about with this new green Digimon, this Lilymon here, we're talking about a green level 5 with an inheritable skill. So we're talking about level 6s, so for red decks, Tai can do this very, very nicely indeed. I mean, honestly, red doesn't even need to try that hard. The Greymon from the starter deck, one of the first red cards we ever saw, which is incidentally only a level 4, so it's even, more adaptable in that regard. And that just gives you security attack +1. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, no requirements, no conditions. You just get the security attack. Well, if we look at green Digimon, yeah. Now, to be fair, we do have one option in terms of an inheritable skill. It is the Kokuamon from BT1, that if this Digimon is level 6 or higher, you get security attack +1. Now, I'm not thinking about Kokuamon instead, I'm thinking about it as well as. Because now you become a level 6 Digimon, and if one of your opponent's Digimon gets suspended, all of a sudden you're getting security attack +2. And we've got, now all of the other security attack boosts we see are all from level 6 Digimon. So we've got the Argamon, that for every one of your other rested Digimon gives you security attack +1. The Mega Gargamon, that gives you security attack +1 if your opponent has a suspended Digimon. The Bancho Stingmon, that if you are attacking a Digimon with 12,000 power or more, you get the 7,000 boost and security attack +2. The Rosemon, that gives all of your Digimon with Digiburst security attack +1. Eldradamon, that just has security attack +1. And the Granku Wagamon, that has Digiburst 2 to give one of your Digimon security attack +1. And essentially, you can start building up a proper combo here. So let's take Granku Wagamon. Well, one of your Digimon, when you Digiburst, gains security attack +1. Well, how about yourself? So now I've got security attack +1. However, Rosemon has used her Digiburst to give your Digimon with Digiburst security attack +1. So now you got security attack +2. And you've evolved from Kuwagamon, so that gives you security attack +3. And now this gives you security attack +4. And for anyone paying attention, the default number of security before anything's been taken away or added is 5. So security attack +4 means you're taking out 5 security and you're good to go. And that's kind of my point here. We don't have great options for security attack, especially at lower levels, because we literally have an inheritable skill on a level 5 now, an inheritable skill on a level 3 that only applies to 6s and above, and then level 6s. There's nothing in green for security attack below level 6, extra security attack. But now we can start really building up. That promo Granku Wagamon has seen a whole bunch of play lately. These green decks are becoming a lot more aggro. We're getting a lot more one-turn win decks in green, and Kuwagamon kind of is there for you. Well, this is only going to help. Now, to be fair, we do also have the other part of this skill, and that is that it only kicks in when one of your opponent's Digimon is suspended. The great news, however, is that that is what green does. Green might not be very good at getting extra security attack generally, but green is brilliant at suspending Digimon. And we've got so many options. I mean, the classic example, of course, is Flower Cannon. It's just a 2-cost option card that suspends one of your opponent's Digimon. And then, of course, in the green starter deck that just came out rather recently, we had that Needle Spray card, which is same card, different security skill. So pick which security skill you prefer, you will be fine. We've got that aforementioned Lilymon, the one I told you about, whereby it's got Digiburst 2 to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, or a skill whereby when you attack, if you've got a tamer in play, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Obviously, that's an evolution skill, so you would need to have evolved from it. We've got that Lilymon I showed you earlier. We've got a million, and I'm not going to sit here and start just listing out every way that green Digimon can suspend your opponent's Digimon. We will be here for some time. My point is that should not be the bit you're worried about. We've got option cards, we've got skills, we've got Digiburst, we've got all kinds of stuff we can use to suspend. That is nothing that worries me. I'm basically taking that as a given that I'm going to be able to do that without much hassle. Frankly, if you want to play a green deck and you want to play around with extra security attack, this is it in terms of level 5s. In terms of just having that inheritable skill, obviously, like I've said, there are other options for having extra security attack, but you've got to get up into your level 6 and it gets kind of awkward. You've got Kokuamon, but I would use that with this, and then you can honestly fairly easily build up into a Digimon that's taken out 3, 4, 5 security cards in one go. That to me sounds pretty gosh darn good. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a fan, but I want to know how you feel. Oh wait, I haven't given it a score, have I? I'm giving it between 4 and 5 Wassies. I love this card. I am definitely going to be playing around with this. Obviously, we don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. But this is a kind of card that appeals to me greatly. But I want to know how you feel about it. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.